All right, guys, thanks so much. Yeah, Psybio joining us today, a U.S.-based biotech company looking and developing a new set and a new kind of drug therapies using psychedelic medicines. Evan Levine, co-founder and CEO, joins us today to tell us a little bit about Psybio. It's great to have you, Evan. First off, welcome to the show. Give everyone an overview of Psybio and tell us a little bit about how the company got started.
Certainly. Thank you very much for having me today. Appreciate being here. So Psybio Therapeutics, I am CEO and chairman of that company, is an intellectual property-driven biotechnology company focused on using psychedelic plants and compounds within these plants and fungi to treat a whole variety of disorders. So these plants and fungi that we're working with have been around for thousands and thousands of years, and there's a tremendous amount of evidence that they've been used to treat human malady for all this time. And there's evidence in cave paintings. There is references in the Bible in biblical times to using psychedelic drugs for therapeutic benefit. Throughout pre-Victorian times and the Industrial Revolution to discovery of the quantum. Actually, Francis Crick claims to have invented the double helix while on LSD. So we're working with compounds that have a lot of evidence throughout history that could demonstrate this therapeutic benefit. And we're one of a small group of people in a brand new industry that is using these drugs for testing for human conditions.
Evan, we understand that intellectual property is very key when it comes to this sector and this industry. Tell us where the company stands as far as the research side of things goes and on the actual IP aspect for Psybio.
Certainly. So, when investing in a biotechnology company or pretty much any type of company, you want to look at a couple of things. Number one, the people. Do the people have experience or the people really behind and excited about what they're doing? And then is there a real asset that's being developed under intellectual property? Well, the way this company was formed is a collaboration around Miami University in Oxford, Ohio. And late in 2019, a young faculty member there, Dr. Andrew Jones, got published in Journal Metabolic Engineering for a research first, being able to use genetically modified bacteria to grow psilocybin. So with those discoveries late in 2019, intellectual property was initially filed against the ability to grow psilocybin from a prokaryotic host. We expanded that tremendously since our group came in and funded the university and the project. So we've been filing patents throughout the life of the company. First patents were for the production of psilocybin from genetically modified bacteria. We then went and expanded that intellectual property into other metabolites within a magic mushroom, which we're focused on aragonacin, baocystin, or baocystin. We filed cross compositions of matter based on activity that we've seen in preclinical demonstration within our own laboratories at the university. And we continue to file new intellectual property pretty much every 6 to 8 weeks. We would expect to be adding to our portfolio. But within this space, it's very challenging because nobody owns these actual molecules. You could only own a methodology to produce them. You could possibly own combinations if you show enough data, but nobody owns psilocybin. Nobody owns these other molecules.
Evan, it's an interesting space because of the importance of the development side of it being still in the infancy, and there are still quite a few legality restrictions and overall regulations that need to kind of be moved in the right direction as far as psychedelics, both in the U.S. and in Canada. That being said, you talked a little bit there about the importance of the team. Tell us, some of the team members and why, Psybio is a little bit further ahead maybe as far as the development side because of the people that are behind some of this research.
Certainly. Yeah, I appreciate the question. So I'm the leader of the company. I'm chairman and CEO. I've been working in different areas of life sciences most of my career. I worked in investment banking in healthcare. I worked in portfolio management in healthcare, where I ran a $500 million portfolio of investments directly into biotechnology and technology companies. I got the experience in portfolio management, and then I ended up buying up an insolvent biotechnology company down in San Diego, which I had taken from OTC up to American Stock Exchange and grew that company from practically zero to over a $500 million high tick. But more importantly than the capital markets expertise I brought to this company, I've actually run phase 2Bs, phase 3s, pivotal studies, bioequivalent studies, North America, South America, and Europe. I've got extensive experience interacting with the FDA and the EMA. But, I sit on the shoulders of giants. I've actually built an incredible team around me. Our new chief medical officer started a few months ago, Dr. Michael Spigorelli. I think that as far as competition in the space, very few other companies have a professional of this accomplishment. So Dr. Spigorelli is board certified in pediatrics and internal medicine. He got his PhD in medicinal chemistry. He was chair of the American Board of Clinical Pharmacologists for 4 years. And to trump all that, Mike has run over 6,000 studies and submitted thousands and thousands of FDA submissions. And Mike is leading our effort here to take our drugs into the clinic. We have Dr. Andrew Jones at the university, the inventor. Dr. Jones's lab has a multitude of students, PhDs, research scientists, postdocs working on this. And we have over 50 people at the university actually working on this project. But Dr. Jones is responsible for new discoveries. So he looks to optimize pathways and tease out high value targets out of genetically modified bacteria. Also at the university, we expanded our collaboration to the biopsychology department, and Dr. Matt McMurray runs that department, where we have our own dedicated vivarium at Miami University, where on a daily basis, we're able to run these tests, multiple behavioral rodent tests, to determine optimized values of the portfolio of the tryptamines that we are building.
Let's expand on the research, specifically with the University of Miami. What's the end goal for this trial? Tell us a little bit about, is it one maybe potential treatment that you're targeting, or multiple? And where is the trial at this point as far as timeline? Are we getting, towards the end?
We are. So, as I said, psilocybin was the first inning for Psybio Therapeutics, but we have successfully produced another drug, norbeocystin, at significant titers. So we have taken both of those drugs out of the laboratories of Miami University, and both are being processed right now in different commercial manufacturing facilities that are ramping up our clinical batches towards the end of this year. We're going to be approaching the FDA for our first pre-IND meeting in the next couple of months, and the target is to file our first IND by the end of this year and be in the clinic in 2022.
Evan Levine, co-founder, CEO of Psybio, with us. Recent listing on the OTC markets as well. Evan, tell us any plans in the future as far as an additional uplisting for the company.
So we had just gotten listed on February 25th this year on the Toronto Stock Exchange Venture Division. We trade under symbol PSYB. We recently got an OTC markets listing on the pink sheets PSYBF, which we expect to be converted into QB, hopefully in the next couple of days. We're also listed on the Frankfurt Exchange, but the goal is to ultimately be on the NASDAQ. So sometime in 2022, that is an internal goal for Psybio Therapeutics.
Evan Levine, co-founder, CEO, and director of Psybio. A pleasure to speak with you today. It's an interesting concept and an interesting space. We look forward to an update in the future.
I appreciate it. Thank you very much for having me.
Have a great day. Psybio, guys. Check them out.